Just a second, sir. There is some technical glitch.
Okay.
Okay, just you can wait for 1 minute. Yeah.
Should I restart then, or?
Yes, I'll tell you when to restart. Tushar? Yeah. Excellent.
थोड़ा ध्यान रखो इस बार है ना.
We have to start from start. Yeah. And be sure to, yeah. Sorry, sir, we can start in like 5 seconds.
You count down. So, hello. My name is Premavik, and I'm one of the co-founders of Furhat Robotics. This presentation will be about the Furhat robot. That is something that we have made. I would like to thank IIT Bombay then for inviting us for this speech and this demonstration, and hope we have many people with us. So, like I said, Furhat Robotics started a few years ago, 2014. It's me and 3 other friends who have PhDs from the same institute of the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, Sweden. It's about language technology. And I think in this sense that the talk is going to be about interfaces. And so I will start with a slide saying what an interface is. Do we have are we on? Hello?
Yes, sir, we are on. You can proceed, sir.
I will proceed. I heard somebody. All right. So just to remind people what an interface is, it can be something in computers. We have computing interfaces is to connect 2 computers together with some piece of equipment. But you also have the verb to interface, which is to interact with another system or person. So the original interface, and it lies in the word face also, is where we have this face-to-face interaction. And so this is what we have been using as our interface since we were living in caves and starting to talk to each other. And so it's something that we are highly specialized to read and to understand. And this is, for us, the natural interface to use. So in that sense, there are good and bad interfaces, and good interfaces are, I guess, intuitive interfaces. I'll show you a good interface. For me, this is a very good interface because you intuitively, immediately know what to do. If somebody shows you, you turn on this flick and the light goes on. You don't need any more explanation about how to use it. Even if you were a caveman, it would be like magic, but you would immediately understand. You flick this up, the light goes on, flick it down, light goes off. So this would be, I think, one of the best interfaces around. The problem with this interface is that it's not very expressive. You can't do very much more than one thing with it. You can turn something on or off. And so you need an interface to have more expressive power. So here's an example of another interface that is, in my opinion, a very poor interface because it is so difficult to use. And some of you might recall that there was a time when somebody who was using a computer was called a computer wizard, because you had to basically say a spell in order to make the computer do things. You had to type specific things that didn't make any sense. You just had to learn all these things. And if you wrote it a tiny little bit wrong, you just got a message saying error 27 or something like that. And yeah, it was very poor as an interface. So at our company, we've been talking and having then, I guess, a vision about how we could use the original interface as an interface to a computer as well. And maybe this very special thing about Furhat compared to other humanoid robots that you see around is that we are using back projection. So what you see here is Furhat, and behind the mask there's a small projector, and it is then using a 3D model. So we're using computer graphics, same as you have in games or in movies, to animate this face. And so you get, by using computer graphics, you get very fine detailed control over your animation. And you can do much more realistic and much more fine-tuned animations compared to a mechatronic solution, where which is the normal way of doing things. And we have in our face more than 50 muscles that have to work in synchrony with each other. And today we don't really know how to do that well. And that's where you get this kind of creepy looking movements in many mechatronic robots. So we will show you later, or if you look on the screen, you actually have one of the robots participating in this webinar as well. So I'll skip that one. Here is an example of where we've used Furhat in Science Museum. It is in Swedish, but there's text to it.
Och vad heter du?
Jag heter Furhat.
Jag heter Björn. Trevligt att träffas. Om jag förstår spelet rätt så ska vi sortera de här planeterna efter deras storlek. Den minsta här och den största här borta. Ni får gärna diskutera lösningen med varandra, men också fråga mig vad jag tror. Skulle ni vilja hjälpa mig med det? Jag tycker också att det verkar bättre att ha norra kungstornet där. Noshörningen ser ju väldigt stark ut. Den kanske inte behöver vara jättesnabb. Vilket land tycker du vi ska börja med? Det här är en ren gissning. Men kanske Island har fler medaljer än Spanien. Vad tror du? Det här var ganska svårt. Jag känner mig osäker. Jag trodde faktiskt att Island har fler medaljer än Spanien, men jag hade fel. Jag undrar hur man tvättade sig innan man hade ett hål. Vad tror du, Kasper?
Jag tror inte det. Jag tror Grekland.
Nej.
Jo.
Det där tycker jag verkar bättre.
Ja, håller helt med.
Men Island då? Kan vi hjälpa oss med Island?
De första olympiska spelen hölls väl i Grekland.
Precis. Ser du?
Ja.
Det långsammaste här och det snabbaste här borta. Okej, är det här vår slutgiltiga gissning? Vad tror ni? Är vi klara så här? Ja. Tryck på knappen om ni vill se lösningen. Ja, vi fick alla rätt. Vi fick 2 rätt. Vi kanske kanske kan göra bättre ifrån oss nästa gång. Vi fick alla rätt. Det är ju fantastiskt. Tack bara.
All right. So I have a few other concept videos, but I think we might as well go straight over to have a quick look at Furhat and the control mode of what we have. So what you see on the screen right now is me logged in to the Furhat that you will also be able to see on the screen. So if I make press this button, you should be able to see the Furhat smiling, blinking, brow, frown maybe, express, disgust, or I can type something here and say, hello, Mumbai, I am Furhat.
Hello Mumbai, I am Furhat.
All right. And so these are different elements that you then can put together to in a script to create an interaction like what you saw from the Science Museum, for example. So because it is computer animation, I can very easily just change the texture, and I go like this, and I get the texture of, maybe you recognize Barack Obama. And the same way I can change the voice and then make it into, I don't know, we have this voice here.
Hello, I am a speaking robot.
So here we can also then, I'm gonna go over here and see how it looks like, where I can take off the mask here, and we can see behind we have a projection system, and click here, we have a mechatronic head. So this together with the camera then enables, yeah, if I go back over here, you see it has identified me with a square so that it sees this is a human being, this is a person. And if I go over here to skills, I can pick some program. If we can try this one, the sketch. So these are examples of different types of software that we can make. And so here it starts. I go over to the sketch part and I choose English.
Hello there. What's
Hello?
your name?
My name is Ben.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ben. I'm your Furhat robot for the day. Let's play some sketch. We'll take turns drawing. We have 120 seconds to get as many correct guesses as possible. Would you like to begin drawing?
Sure.
Sorry, I didn't understand that. Would you like to begin drawing?
Yes, please.
Pick a category and click the draw button.
Okay. So I will try to take.
Pick a category and click the draw button.
Okay. Trumpet. Oh, sorry. He didn't hear that, I think.
I can't really see what it is. I know, it is trumpet.
Yeah, it is. Good.
Great drawing.
Correct. Thank you.
Let's see. This is a good one.
An onion.
Correct. It was onion.
Ah,
Your
good
turn
one.
to draw.
Good one. Let's do this one.
My guess is toothbrush.
No.
Let me think. Hammer.
No.
Okay. I'm guessing microphone.
No. Incorrect.
Let me think.
Oh.
Time's up.
All right.
Which one should I choose?
So, cool. Thank you. I will go back to this one and try one more demo. We can do I'll stop this one. Let's see what we have on this demo here then. I guess, you go ahead.
How can I help?
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Charlie.
Oh, you don't look like a Charlie. What can you do?
What do you want to do now?
Yeah, what can you do?
You can, for example, ask me to introduce myself or to chat a little. You can also tell me to answer questions.
Introduce yourself.
Sure, why not? I'm a Furhat robot, a social robot built to interact with people in the same way you interact with each other. So I can smile, and nod, and maintain eye contact while I hold a conversation with you. What you see here today is the latest version. The very first prototype was built already in 2011. I looked a bit more crude back then with cables sticking out from my head. They came up with the idea to cover the cables with a fur hat. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the name Furhat comes from. I don't really need my fur hat anymore. I look pretty as I am, don't you think?
I do. I do. So can you speak other languages?
I'm capable of speaking around 40 languages. As Charlie, your robot tour guide, my preferred language is English or Swedish. But you can try some of the other languages too.
Can you speak Chinese?
I will try my best.
现在我正在用中文说话，但这只是一个演示，所以我不会理解您的实际意思。相反，我会重复你所说的一切。好的，我会重复你说的一切。
哇，你好厉害呀！
你好厉害呀！
那如果我讲国语，你会回答是不是？
如果我讲国语，你会回答是不是？
哇，好棒！好，谢谢。
好吧，好，谢谢。好的，我会停下来。
What should we do now?
Wow, that's very cool. Now, can you tell a joke?
I'll do my best. I used to have a problem with grammatical tenses, but not yet. Hope you found that funny.
A little bit
Or I
funny.
need to find me some new jokes.
No, it was good. It was okay. So, all right. I think that's it. Let's say thank you and goodbye.
Sorry, did you want me?
No, let's say goodbye. Okay. Now, if we go a little bit more, I can run a few more concept videos to explain how we imagine things to be a little bit in the future. So we have one spin-off company called Tengai that have started using our Furhat platform for making a job recruitment robot. And I'll show you a concept video of what that looks like.
So, why should we hire you?
Well, I think I'm the perfect candidate for the role. I love analyzing and organizing and executing these kind of complex projects. And also, my master's degree in corporate law is just the kind of academic background that I think would help me excel.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe that you're the person we're looking for.
Really? I especially like that it's a cross-functional role between the operations and legal department. And with my communication skills and my outgoing personality, I'm just the person you're looking for.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but
Immediately. Always experience in delivering projects, and the majority of them on time and within budgetary estimates.
Well, you have all the qualifications and experience for this role. It seems like you're the perfect candidate.
Really? Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure, Nadia. Join us in creating a world where technology is more human.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop there and open up for some questions. If I stop sharing and see if anyone, oh no, I see that I should be more like that, I guess. If anyone have any questions, here, I got a question that says, how does the idea of social robots begin? Says Krishnant. I mean, we've thought about robots in the world for a long, long time. And our department at KTH, our university, before we did anything with robots, we were involved with speech recognition and text-to-speech and dialogue systems. And so the idea of interacting with technology using voice has been there for a long time at our department. And then at some point, there was actually an experiment that was made where we tried to put, there's this concept called the Mona Lisa effect, which is that if you have a 2D display of something, such as a painting of Mona Lisa, for example, then regardless of where you stand in front of the picture, Mona Lisa, it looks like she's looking at you. And this is an effect from 2D that can be good if you have an idea like a picture. But if you want to have a multi-party conversation, it can be very confusing because then you don't know who the person is addressing. So this is one of the things that you might have experienced yourself if you've been in a multi-party in a conference call on a screen. You have someone, then it makes the conversation more difficult. So we tried to put a projection onto a mannequin and realized that, wow, this was a very powerful way of, the mannequin kind of became alive. And we realized that, wow, this is something that we should try to continue. So that we had this physical 3D manifestation, and that became our first social robot. I have another question. It says, how much time did it take to construct the model? Yeah, so it's related to the first question. So on top of having done research on dialogue systems and speech recognition and all these things for many years, one of the co-founders had also been working on 3D models, but on flat screens. And so we had many of the elements dating back like 25 years of research. And then the first prototype of Furhat was made in 2011. Yeah, so in a number of fields, the question is, in which fields can it be used? And I guess anywhere where it is important to have, where there is a social aspect to it, then we feel that social robotics will have a place, will have a role. And so I have a few other concept videos that I could play, but so some of them, for example, simulation is a good place where you simulate, for example, someone who is training for something. If you're in a training situation, you can have Furhat as, say you're training to become a teacher, then Furhat could take on the role as being a difficult child, or being a parent in a parent meeting, or if you're training to work in a shop, then Furhat could be the obnoxious customer that is asking difficult questions. Or if you're working, so we have a few different customers. We have a bank that is using Furhats in that way, and we have some work with autistic children where they also have Furhat as a way of practicing social skills. And we have a psychology department that are also training psychologists to in their job by having Furhat as someone they should diagnose. Here we have another question. What do you think the future of intelligent robots and humans would be 50 years from now? Wow, 50 years is a very long time. Considering we didn't have computers basically at all. Well, yeah, 50 years ago, they were starting to come. I think 50 years from now, we might have reached what's called the singularity point, where machines are smarter than humans and are learning by themselves. And so we are beyond the point where we know or understand what will happen. But discuss how we would like our future to be, then we have a chance to also design our future the way we would like it to be. So I think now is a very good time for anyone who's a student at IIT, for example, to think and consider and discuss how you would want the future to be. And we have one more question. How close are we in simulating consciousness in robots? Also, will it be ethical? I think, personally, I don't think we understand what consciousness is ourselves. And so we have no way of knowing or projecting how long it would take. So to make it, it would require some kind of scientific breakthrough. Partly in understanding what consciousness is, and partly in making it into a machine or into silicon or something non-organic. And I guess that's the definition of a breakthrough, is that we don't know when it will happen. So I will have to pass on. We are very far from. That's all I can say. And I heard that was the last question. So unless we have more questions coming up, then I guess I would like to say thank you, whoever was listening. I hope we will get out of this pandemic situation soon, so that it's possible to have a physical meeting. So hopefully next year, Furhat and me can come and visit IIT Mumbai live in person. That would be very nice. I would like that. Thank you.